Hi, everybody, and welcome to your March predictions. This month we're going to do a pick a card. So, astrologically, we do have a lot of important things going on this month. March 14th is a total lunar eclipse at 29 degrees Leo in sidereal astrology. At 2:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Sun will be conjunct Saturn at 29 Aquarius. The North Node, Neptune, Mercury, Venus, and Chiron are all in Pisces, and this eclipse will transit over North and South America. We have March 20th at 5:01 a.m. Eastern Time is going to be the vernal equinox. And then March 29th, we have the partial solar eclipse at 14 degrees Pisces, where there's a planetary stellium again. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, and North Node. That's at 6:47 a.m. Eastern Time, and that will go across Northeast Canada and the North Pole. We'll have two more eclipses later this year in September, but these energies in March that begin could last up to 6 months. And as I was shuffling for your indicator cards, I am choosing to use the astrology deck today. Underneath, we had the moon show up, so this is emphasizing the importance of the lunar cycle this month. Let's see what your piles are going to be. I will put timestamps down below, as always. Let's see, the first pile is going to be Scorpio. Right, if you have any placements in Scorpio, that new moon in Pisces could be at the end of the month, could be very impactful. We have Mars, one of the rulers of Scorpio, also Aries, move forward and defend self. And then finally, we have Sagittarius. So, optimism, exploration, and freedom. We will shuffle live for all three decks. I'll put timestamps down below. Whichever one you feel most drawn to could be your pile for this month. We'll see you there. Hello, Pile 1. You chose Scorpio, and as I began shuffling your cards, the Ten of Swords came popping out. So we're going to begin with rebirth, the end of a time of illusion or confusion, and you're rising in your power, transforming from the sleepy camel to the roaring lion to the enlightened child. So there's an elevation here, a clearing of the air, and the end of a cycle for you. I also forgot to mention in the intro that we have Venus going retrograde March 1st through April 12th. And it goes through a synodic cycle every 8 years and retrogrades 5 times within that 8-year period, creating a pentagram in the sky. We are coming to the end of an 8-year cycle with this lunar eclipse actually on the 14th, and the spring equinox. Venus will disappear from the sky March 22nd and reappear March 30th as a morning star. So it begins a new 263-day cycle, which is almost 9 months, some gestation period. So we're coming definitely to the close of a Venus cycle as well. You could have Venus in Leo or Aquarius that could be heavily impacted by this lunar eclipse. All right, let's see what you are giving birth to this month. Underneath is the death card, your card, transformation and change. There's a definite enlightenment here. It almost reminds me of the magician with the sword, the cup, the wand, and the pentacle. This figure is holding a snake in 2 different hands there, or a chain and a snake. We are in the Chinese zodiac year of the snake, and there is one pictured here as well. They're about sexuality as well as rebirth and growth, outgrowing an old skin. Again, emphasizing the end of that cycle. Let's see what else we have. The Queen of Wands. Shining bright, sharing your light, sharing your gifts, your talents. I think stepping out of the shadows is how I feel. There's something, the spotlight will be put on you, maybe whether you like it or not, but there's something that you're being pushed to expose to the world or share with the world. We have traveling, the 8 of Wands, Sagittarius, rapid moving, so more fire energy, Mars being one of your rulers, is now direct. So we are charging forward with passion, purpose, intention, and traveling quickly. And finally, we have conditioning, the devil card. Okay, Capricorn. This could be in regards to your work, or it could have to do with physical conditioning, mental or spiritual, some hard work. It looks like a solo road here, this narrow path going along the ridge of a mountain. So it could be some discipline that you are trying to master, or you have mastered and now you're ready to share it. That's why you're coming out, sharing your light, showing your change to the world, what you've been working on. Also, as is natural, there may be temptation to fall back into old patterns, but this is encouraging you to keep moving forward and don't look back to the old version of yourself. With the Ten of Swords, it may require some mourning period with the Death card there. You're maybe mourning the death of your old self, your old life. That's not an energy or a vibration you can resonate with anymore. You've become too powerful, or your frequency has become too high to where maybe you can't relate to certain people anymore, or your job or your location, but there's something that's urging you to move. With the Eight of Wands, your alchemy card we have is smoke. Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. We have that prominent in your reading here, number 32. So we have smoldering, warning, and illusion. Smoke is a tantalizing phenomenon, stealth-like and seductive. It swirls and twists, rising and disappearing. It travels great lengths with its signature scent, warning of a flame somewhere in life's laboratory. Such is the nature of the smoke card. When present, the senses are aroused and enticed, yet the warning of fire cannot be ignored. What kind of smoke is it? Was the fire intended, a ritual, or an accident? Does the smoke carry notes of incense and herbs, or is it laced with fear-stricken scent of destruction? The smoke card asks us to wake up, to become alert to what is happening around us. Something burns. Those around you may fall under smoke's seduction, or they may flee in a panic. Don't get distracted by their response. Stay in your own laboratory and see what emerges as you study the smoldering veil. Okay. The smoke card may be a message to clear the air with another person. Take a few deep breaths and say what's on your mind. And the image of smoke and mirrors applies. Don't be surprised if things aren't what they seem. Have patience and pause on major decisions. So I feel like a fork in the road too. I noticed this trail, right? There seems to be a path that goes down to the left and one that goes over top of the mountain. And there is a figure there that's traveling. It's like you may have to make a decision. Be careful of illusion or delusion. We had the moon again under this card. Maybe major life choices. You may be forced to make a choice. I mentioned here as far as clearing the air, see how the camel's surrounded by this haze, this smoke. And then there is you eventually seeing above it, getting a bird's eye view. This could be, again, temptation or delusion, illusion, somebody trying to trick you back into taking a wrong turn or pull you off your path in some place. It's important that you tune into yourself and see what kind of smoke it is. Let's see what your archetype card can reveal. And yeah, there's haze all over this trail too, whether it's fog, the sun burning off the fog. This feels like you, though, this Queen of Wands, regardless of your gender, that you're bearing this flame, this torch, kind of like the hermit carrying their light to clear the path or light the path. If it's not you, it could be a spiritual teacher in your presence that's able to give you sound advice. And let's get the archetype card, the Pilgrim. All right, this is definitely about travel. You're going somewhere. This is number 20, the Judgment card, making a decision. So let's see where the Pilgrim's traveling. We have this imagery of a pyramid or the mountain and the eye above it. And this is like the alchemical symbol for the sun, right? With a pyramid. It's Egypt, maybe, some of you. A sun pyramid. South America. But that's, the alchemical symbol of fire and the sun. And travel. Okay, so I just looked under this deck and we have the Siren too, number 18. Siren, fire, smoke, fire engine. Could be hearing those, or like whenever you hear one, pay attention to what your thoughts are. It could be a warning, don't pursue that or stay away from this person if you're in the presence of somebody when that happens. It could be your guides sending you a warning to avoid a certain person or place. And let's see, so the Pilgrim, the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. The archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the Pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the Pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep. And soon the Pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day, that smoky veil, the haze. Maybe some of you need to quit smoking or smoking other herbal products. It may be clouding your judgment, your mind, or you may be thinking about giving that up. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door toward a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. You see how this lion, it's like, he's got these burdens, these ropes tying him down. Like, yes, he's carrying the sheep, but it's also a burden that's been lashed to him that he has, like a cross to bear, some kind of weight that needs to be cast off. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. So leave the baggage behind, leave the low vibrational activities or people or places in your past. We all have a deep longing to answer the call to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? Even in the stillness of meditation, the pilgrim feels the movement of the heart toward what it loves. So follow your passion, like I mentioned with the fire. What is it that you want? What is it you're passionate about? Forget the naysayers, forget the people that maybe aren't interested in the same thing you are. All right, since we're getting such traveler journey vibes, it's just Sagittarius or Jupiter might be strong in your chart right now. Let's see. Long distance, okay. We have the inner child pursuing maybe something that you enjoyed when you were younger or that makes you feel youthful and rejuvenated. Something that satisfies that curiosity and creativity. That's very Leo. And we have that lion showing up in the Ten of Swords card. The full moon lunar eclipse on the 14th at 29 degrees Leo, the very last degree. And we have nature. Maybe you enjoyed spending a lot of time outside, or this is encouraging you to put your feet on grass in running water and let those worries, anxieties, or negative ions be carried away. We have intuition here, so a high priestess card, insight, and with the globe being pictured there, travel is also apparent, as well as the unknown, Aquarius, the star, Uranus. The unexpected and the unknown is healthy for you at this time. Trust your intuition too. You can see through the veil, the smoke, the illusions. Your eyes are being cleared up throughout the month of March. Now that I think Mars is direct, your ruling body, I think that's really helping you. So an ancestor card for you, angels and ancestors. What do we have? Druid looks very much like the hermit. Hold the space, hold the light for yourself, for your inner child. We have the dream and journey, the drum, following the beat of your own drum. Divine timing is at place here. Your heartbeat is a rhythm. And you're following that. D and D, Druid drum. 44 you could be seeing a lot. Your name could begin with D. And then we have trader, exchange energy to create abundance. So travel and trade. Again, I get this very nomadic spirit about you, or you could be shipping your products, your creations to other places, or traveling to promote your product. And the hunter, track down your fears and desires. Okay, so yes, there's a pursuit here. There's a definite, underneath we have she-wolf, unleash the wild within, howling at the full moon there on the eclipse, going after what you want, feeling the energy fully empowering and filling your body during this lunar eclipse. And let's end off with a wisdom card for you. Pile 1. What wisdom does pile 1 need to hear for the month of March? Wisdom for pile 1. All right. We have confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. So again, conserving your energy for that which matters most to you, not wasting your time or your energy on distractions, deceptions, or low vibration encounters. And then we have invite good fortune in. When you do that, you're going to attract that wealth and abundance to yourself. And then we have underneath, face your fears, release the power of fear. And then we have the hunter, track down your fears and desires. So there's a lot of courage, I think, that you're going to be emboldened with this month, that fear is not going to be an obstacle for you anymore. As her eyes are covered here, your intuition, right? You're not using your physical eyes, but your third eye to find your path forward, to see your way out of a situation if you feel stuck. But you know in your gut that it's time to, that you've outgrown a situation. And here underneath again, we have leadership, set your goals. That's the Queen of Wands. If I ever saw her showing up as an oracle card, it looks like the Strength card, number 8, Leo. And here we have her carrying a torch, carrying a candle, the Ace of Wands, a new pursuit, a new beginning, bursting with light, courage, heart, soul. So you're ready. You're full of fire this month, Scorpio. Okay, let's grab a couple angel messages. Love is the first thing that came out, showing straight up. Love for self, love for what you do, the people in your life, the wisdom. We have the Hermit card showing up again. Okay, some of you may be taking some time alone, depth to dive deep. Go deep and explore your soul. This is very Piscean. We have that new moon in Pisces at the end of the month. And enthusiasm. Not holding a torch, but holding a flag. You know, it's like your angels cheering for you and supporting you, waving their banner for you. But you're also doing that for yourself with your own flame. All right, thank you, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care. Have a beautiful March, and we'll see you in April. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose Mars. And we recently had Mars station direct on February 23rd at 22 degrees sidereal Gemini. We have Venus going retrograde. I forgot to mention this in the intro. That's going to be March 1st through April 12th. And also it's going to be ending a synodic cycle of 8 years. So maybe something that you've been dealing with for the past 8 years is coming to an end. And that is when the Venus will disappear from the sky, March 22nd, and reappear the 30th as a morning star. It'll spend the next 263 days visible in the morning sky, and it just spent 263 days in the evening sky. So we also have Mercury going retrograde March 15th through April 7th. So those two will be conjunct for the month of March, like all the way through May, I believe, because they're closest to the sun and they'll be traveling together. All right, I'm shuffling. I'm done shuffling here. We have number 18, the moon popping out. Remember in the intro, if you watched it, we had the moon underneath this deck. So double moon symbolism and significance for you here. But let's see, past lives. Okay, rebirth, reincarnation, a lot of psychic connection. This could be talking about the Pisces new moon solar eclipse with that stellium of planets. Like, look at the overcrowding here. A bunch of different personalities and energies that are all clustered together in Pisces at the end of the month. We have Beyond Illusion, another major arcana, number 20, the Judgment card, Seeing Beyond the Veil, and 21. Wow, this is crazy. Or no, this is 10 of coins. We Are the World. It looks like the World card, right? Connections, completions, the circle is closed. But full abundance there, and now I'm not even kidding. So completion, number 21, the World. Do I need any more cards? I don't believe so. I think that's the gist of the message. Underneath the deck, we have the Suppression, the 10 of Wands, and so something that has been two tens, the end of a cycle with the World. Complete. I think you're done with past life karma. There's a huge release that's going to happen around this full moon lunar eclipse. Between the last 2 weeks of March, prepare to be emotional. Take some time off or alone if you can. Journal. Your dreams could be incredibly strong at this time. There is going to be a powerful emotional connection with the We Are the World card, the 10 of coins. It could have to do with inheritance, family legacy. You could get a message from an ancestor regarding your lineage or the power that you have held previously, or they held, and you have inherited but maybe didn't know it yet. And that's something that you are going to embrace here going forward. But I feel like this pile is carrying a lot of karmic debt for their family line. That's been a suppression. It's been holding you back, tying you down, carrying somebody else's burden. It's very noble of you, but it's also very exhausting. And I think this is a clear connection from your guides that it is the end of a situation. Okay, I don't know where this card came out. It was laying sideways on the side there. It must have come out while I was shuffling, but Six of Wands, success. Let's call that part of the reading there, and victory. So I'm getting a lot of messages right now coming in on my phone. That could be an indication too. Just confirming that successful completion. And it says move forward and defend self. So I don't think it's, yes, you are protecting what it is you have built. And here we have number 35, the oil of vitriol, which is, we have the lion here, right? The green lion eating the sun is a famous symbol in alchemy. If you want to research it, look it up. All right, I'll give you the summary here. In alchemy, the image of the green lion devouring the sun represents the process of transformation where raw, unrefined primal force, the green lion, consumes and dissolves impurities from a base material, symbolized by the sun, ultimately leading to a state of purification and perfection, often associated with the creation of the philosopher's stone. Okay, so some of you might be coming from pile 1. Or if you feel called to watch it, that might be, I feel like this is the prequel to Precedes 1. So if you were drawn to that, maybe check it out for further direction or messages. But of course, we have the vernal equinox, March 20th. That is the rebirth of the astrological year. In tropical astrology, it's the first day of Aries. But here, let's read about the oil of vitriol, the acidity, resentment, and purification. When the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is afoot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance causes this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth and in the end will be a relief to all. The purification is the lion's aim, and it's determined to get there one way or another. When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? The one consuming or the one being consumed? It is said that finding oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path, and as the discomfort passes, the sun's beams shine all the brighter. Okay, so yeah, this last 2 weeks of March, full moon 29 degrees, the anaretic degree of Leo, going from Leo into Virgo. So it's the most extreme expression of the lion. This, I mean, you could, with Mars having to deal with anger, you could be dealing with a lot of anger given what you were inherited previously or what you've maybe brought upon yourself from previous lives too. It's like enough is enough, though. We're putting an end to it. We're transmuting that anger either through love or forgiveness or messages. There's some kind of vision that you're going to receive that's going to help you get a new perspective on the purpose for all of this burden that you've either inherited or voluntarily taken on. And if you have, maybe this is you putting it down and saying, I'm not doing it anymore. No, just realize there's a tiger in this. There's normally a man riding a horse, but of course it's a large feline. Could have a cat or be drawn to cats, have strong placements in Leo. Vitriol is an incredibly acidic and corrosive substance, so it comes with a few warnings. Don't overconsume, don't lash out, breathe and wait. No need to add insult to injury. So how can we transmute this anger? How can we change this energy from burden to blessing? Okay. Let's get your archetype card. 4, pile 2, please. This is an even more intense, I mean, given all these 10s and major arcana, I mean, I didn't expect any less for the Mars pile. So maybe Mars, this retrograde, had a huge impact on you, and now it's like coming to the surface now that it's direct. We have number 27, the unseen, and we have here beyond illusion. So what are we seeing that was previously an illusion? What's coming to light? What's coming to into focus? The spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between the worlds is ajar. The moon showing up, this doorway, right? This narrow canal that you're able to see through, like precisely. Listen, the sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. Sometimes it's acidic. Truth sucks, but it sets you free. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. Strong psychic connection. Again, I feel your visions, your dreams around the full moon are going to be powerfully intense. The 13th, 14th, 15th, that time, and also the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, through the end of March, right? The last week of March. Okay. You're speaking of your angels and ancestors being close by, sending you messages, sending you insight. Again, we have the Six of Wands, success. That's Jupiter in Leo. That's great victory. Just coming out of the Five of Wands, the Ten of Wands, breaking free of those chains. Here, you know, the hands and arms and legs are bound. Here, the hands are free. There's a clear change in direction. So we have the arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. I feel though you already are surrounded by protective energy. That's the message from your ancestors, so don't be afraid. With the arrow being there, Sagittarius is a strong message as well. Traveling, communication is direct, and it may pierce, it may hurt, but don't let it affect you. We have Shaman flip over now, trust in higher forces. And with the unseen already showing up, we also had the High Priestess with her cat show up. Harness mystic power. Isis. Okay. Fire guardian underneath. Ignite your passion. Mars. Fire. Masculine. You're like an armored warrior. Ready to go forward. Ready to take on the world. I mean, after the hell that you've walked through, after the fire that you've walked through, you're coming out the other side completely transformed. All right, let's get a journey card. This is a deep spiritual journey this month. Pile 2. We have future self. Your future self is thankful, and it's congratulating you. This isn't just, you know, a thank you. It's congratulations. Look, I'm pulling you out of the pit. I'm bringing you with me into the future. Money. There's your abundance. That 10 of coins that showed up. The connection. They're all holding hands. There's holding hands here. It could be a business deal, a partnership, some kind of contract that is paying out. Connected. We are the world. Connected. Global finance. Something to do with maybe international marketing. There's big deals coming. Big connections. So be open to receive them. Peeking behind the veil. Maybe you get insight on something before it happens, and you're able to make money off of it somehow. Okay. All right, you know, I didn't get a moon oracle for the first pile. I guess it wasn't meant to be, but let's get a Queen of the Moon oracle for you, pile 2, with your double moon symbolism here. Moon card, pile 2. Growth. Clearly, number 5 always indicates change. Expansion. We had Jupiter and Leo growing from this fire. Expanding. Again, the globe keeps showing up. That's 3 images of the world. We had the world card. We are the world. And now growth around the world. Gratitude. What are these hands? Somebody's got strong Gemini, Virgo. Could be that could be the person that passed on. There's a thank you. There's such a connection with an ancestor here. A family member. You're thankful for that gift that you were given. You inherited. Maybe make an offering to, if you have an altar, an offering to your ancestors. Maybe the gift is vision. We have focus here. Butterfly transformation. That is extremely similar. I know this is a mess now. But look at this. Beyond Illusion card. Third eye activations, absolutely. Oh, look at the 14th, the moon on the 14th, the eclipse. Okay, how about little messages, angel cards? Finish this up for you, pile 2. You're in for something huge. It might hurt at first, but there's nothing but gratitude once it's over. We have awakening. That's appropriate. And we have transformation, of course. Scorpio, death and rebirth. Going to mention walking through the flames. Responsibility. There's the world showing up again. There's some great purpose you have for the world that's ready to be shared. And we have the blank card. I'm going to end it with that. Open. The future is not written yet. It is a blank slate for you to write your future upon. All right, pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next month. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, Sagittarius, welcome. I feel like your energy has already been permeating throughout the other 2 readings, but let's see if this ties together or if your message is entirely different. I forgot to mention in the intro, we do have Venus going retrograde March 1st through April 12th. And Venus goes through a synodic cycle. Every 8 years, it completes a 5-pointed star in the sky. The way it moves, it goes through 5 retrogrades every 8 years. And so it's completing this cycle. And we're going to have Venus going retrograde in the same spot it did 8 years ago in Pisces. And it will disappear, end its journey as an evening star on March 22nd, so right after the vernal equinox. And I've got cards falling, so hold on. And then it will reappear on March 30th as a morning star, visible only in the pre-dawn hours. So let's see what we have here that came out. We had slowing down. So I feel like, Venus slowing down as it goes retrograde. Mars slowed down as it's stationed direct, February 23rd. We have turning in the 4 of Swords, rest, reflection, peace. We have another 4, so 4, the miser. We have the 4 coins. That could be seen as holding on tightly to your possessions, containing your energy. It feels more like secure, stable groundedness to me. It is a card of Capricorn. And we have the Magician here. So I think maybe conserving your resources for your own manifestations, maybe not running around so much, not spending so much time on the road, spending more time at home, the 4th house being Cancer, home and family. Really investing in yourself, in your property, in your, maybe even in your children. We have playfulness here, Leo card, the 5th house, where this full moon lunar eclipse is taking place. And schizophrenia here we have is the 2 of Swords, the last card that came out. So that's a balance point. It could also be a decision. I feel like this is a decision to slow down, to turn in. Maybe you have the resources now with the Miser card. It's like, okay, I feel secure enough in a place where I can take a break. I can take a vacation. I don't know why I kept shuffling that deck. I was going to look underneath, but we have the Queen of Coins under there. So there's, again, some stability, self-care that's taking place. There is prioritization of home and family and your own security and taking time off. So you don't have a split in your mind. So you don't have a psychotic break or an episode or whatever you want to call it. So whatever it is, it's well-deserved. Pile 3, take time to reflect, to relax. You should be able to afford it by the end of March. So these eclipses bring huge sweeping changes in our lives. The lunar eclipse is to release and end something, and the solar eclipse at the end of the month is to begin a brand new cycle. This could be cleaning out your house, doing spring cleaning, and getting rid of a lot of things that are just maybe holding you back, weighing you down, and that you don't want to bring with you into this new cycle. Could be a time for a makeover or a haircut around the full moon, right after you can release your locks as part of that. All right, we have your alchemy card is sublimation. We have 67. It's the 19th prime number, which is the sun card. Also, number 8 is the strength card, like Leo. So sublimation is the transformation of a state from solid to gas. It's that powerful and quick that it skips the liquid state of being and is instantly transformed under such heat and pressure. Maybe that's why there's a diamond pictured here in the middle, but I'm going to get more info about that. All right, so the title of this card is Elevation, Rising, and Flight. Sublimatio is the great alchemical operation of air. So Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. We have the Sun in Aquarius during the full moon in Leo. It occurs when there is enough heat to change a solid substance into a gas, causing it to rise up, up, and away. Therefore, when sublimation is present, there is an aspect of celebrated elevation, of ascending above and gaining a greater perspective. Birds in flight, mountain peaks, ladders, and balloons are all sublimatio images. Perhaps your guides will be sending you visions of that, or seeing pictures of them, or stickers, or you never know, like a reel that you see online. As with all the operations, sublimatio has a shadow potential. Through ascension, there is a risk of separating from others, of sensing oneself higher or above. This risk is particularly great in spiritual traditions that offer a linear model of achievement. The divine alchemist rises humbly and supports the upliftment of others, always in touch with the cycle of humanity. Service is the natural balancing agent for sublimatio. It may be the next rung on your ladder. Hike up a mountain or gaze out an airplane window. Notice sublimatio occurring within. You may feel wonder, awe, or a shift in perspective. Use this energy to write or draw. So that could be that creative fifth house energy too. Dissociation is an example of sublimatio in shadow. When this card appears, reconnect with the feelings you'd rather avoid. Be with them rather than rising above them. Okay, so that could be part of the turning in card, or tuning in to self, to the shadow aspects. What haven't you been facing? What have you been avoiding that needs your attention? Okay. And your archetype card. Let's get shuffling for that. There's even birds pictured here too above this figure. 2 birds. Might be saying 2 birds with 1 stone. Getting multiple things handled with less effort and energy. Work smarter, not harder. But yeah, if you're able to help somebody or lift somebody up in your journey, in your process, be sure to do that. We have number 25, the healer, the snake. Okay, we are in the year of the snake in Chinese astrology until January of 26. So snakes having to do with energy rising as well from within, shedding the skin, growing and expanding. So this card is titled The Lightworker, the Gift of the Old Soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to and reclaim that central and eternal life force from within which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. So again, the concept of linear expansion is coming up versus circular. So maybe if you think you're on this rocket ship ascension to the moon, this is bringing you back around, saying not so fast. You still have more work to do. But this is taking it piecemeal, one step at a time. I don't think you're going to be given more than you are capable of managing. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and ego as a means for deep integration. This 4 of Swords keeps coming into me, coming into my peripheral vision there. So there's more reflection that's still needed. And maybe that's what you're doing. You've done enough service to others, and now you're trying to do a service to yourself. And by doing so, you're going to help continue to be this healer for people. You're showing them that, hey, self-care is important. Sometimes you have to say, no, I need to take care of me, refill my cup, and then I can come help you. And so it might require you to take some boundaries, too, setting boundaries this month. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine, both Western through the Caduceus and the Eastern Kundalini. Study the serpent and its power. All right, we're going to get a Queen of the Moon card for you. Pile number 3. So there is healing that's occurring within you that is transforming you, your soul, your mind, your body. It feels very physical with the Knight of Coins there. Virgo being your health, Taurus your wealth, and Capricorn your work. I think that is the focus of this month, or maybe even the next 6 months for you. All right, so your Queen of the Moon card, we have the number 1 again, the Void, the new moon. So we have 1, the Magician, and number 1, the Void, the dark moon. So this is the new moon at the end of the month. It's time for a fresh start, a new direction. Take time to clearly set your intentions. There's more meditation going on here. Silence, reflection, 28, the 28 days in the month, end of a lunar cycle. Peace and reflection coming your way, or that's where your time will be most valuably spent, if that's a word. Let me get a journey card for you. Pile 3 for the month of March. I mean, if you have strong placements in Sagittarius, and that's why you chose this, you're the 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, spirituality. You're most likely to be on a spiritual journey at any given point. And we have the present, okay? So yeah, staying present, mindfulness, present thinking. What needs to be handled right now? What is my most immediate need? Keep going. Yeah, keep going on your spiritual journey. Continue in this vein of peace, reflection, self-care, seasons. All right, so the spring equinox too coming up on March 20th is also a new beginning, of course. It's opening a new door to a new journey. You're going to need your strength, I'm hearing, to keep going, to keep healing. So get your rest while you can, and avoid spending any mental time in the past. Will cause depression. Any time in the future will be causing anxiety. Sage, be devoted and committed. Again, more Virgo vibes, more hermit vibes. Spiritual commitment to a spiritual path. Air guardian, shift your perspective. Isn't that what the Sublimatio card said? It's the air. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The sun in Aquarius at 29 degrees is going to be shining a light on this eclipse on the 14th. Clarity is coming to you. So if you can spend time alone during the eclipse, reflecting under the moon, opening your third eye, just being at peace and allowing whatever messages to come to you that are going to come to you, I think you'll get a lot of valuable insight on where to go next, what you're urged to be going or doing next. How about a couple messages from your angels? We have celebration. So there will be something to celebrate this month. Enthusiasm. A lot of positive energy coming out of this. Tenderness. So there's a little kitty cat there, the Leo energy. Maybe your heart feels tender, or your body, your mind, something you need to be gentle with. It's been kind of through the ringer. And then we have delight. It reminds me of the 4 wands with the 4 candles on there. So 444, I think, is a powerful number for you, a sign from your angels and guides. But it's, again, to take delight in the present moment. Rejoice, be happy in this, in your current situation. Reflecting on how far you've come, how much you've already healed, but being aware enough to recognize what healing has yet to be done. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 3, for tuning in. I will see you next month. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.